She kept hyping up also. She was like, wait till you get to chapter fucking 49. And I was like, great.
I remember I'm like, what chapter are you on?
Yeah.
And she was like 48. And I'm like, but you've been on 48. And she's like, I can't fucking stand this. And then I would just
frustrating. 49?
Wait. Did I not fucking tell you that chapter was the one? If you weren't sure you hated the book, 49
my God. At this point.
I just saw your...
What?
I just saw your note for 52. Can you tell them?
Yeah, my note for 52 is what the fuck is going on?
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Ale.
And I'm Carla, and this is Booked and Buzzin'.
From bestseller to hidden gems, we're going to be sharing our thoughts, reviews, and all the latest buzz in the book world.
Yep. Today we're doing a continuation of our previous episode. We were not able to get it all out
in the time that we had allotted.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing chapters 47 to 52 and the bonus
chapter.
Yeah.
So in a way, this is like our last deep dive of the chapters before we do our episode of the whole book and all our overall thoughts.
I'm excited for that episode because I think it's just going to be us yelling.
It might be. It might be.
And we had originally planned to get another red mic for that.
Yep.
I don't know if we're going to have enough time.
Yeah.
Because we've actually finished these episodes pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I'm very excited about that because I feel like I want to talk about it freely and not just stick myself to chapters. But I also have a lot of notes on things I was disappointed by or things I didn't learn or things I didn't
I haven't started my notes yet.
Finish up. Yeah.
I haven't started my critique of the book. I have my things that you guys have already heard us talk about that have upset me and continue to upset me. But I just think it'll be fun because we can just go jump around throughout the book where we've been trying to just kind of stick to basically do this as a book club kind of.
Yeah.
So if you're currently on chapter 43 and you're like, oh my God, but I need to talk about chapter 39.
Exactly.
You can go to the previous episode and then there's no spoilers for the future chapters.
Exactly.
So I've been wanting to complain all around the book and I haven't been able to.
Yeah.
So I think when we do our in-depth review of the book, that'll be fun to be able to desahogarme.
Yeah, be able to be and you know what? I can't believe
and another thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely going to be our next episode.
Yes.
But for today, we're going to close up Brimstone in the deep dive. So we're going to focus. Finally. We're going to leave we're going to start where we last left off. Yeah. We left off with her running in the woods with the Hazraks. And now we're entering chapter 47.
Yeah. This is the book that never fucking ended for me. Yeah. Because I kept dragging my feet. I know we talked about this already, but she kept hyping up also. She was like, wait till you get to chapter fucking 49. And I was like, great.
I remember I'm like, what chapter are you on? Yeah. And she was like 48. And I'm like, but you've been on 48. And she's like, I can't fucking stand this. And then I would joke around, right? I'm like, wait till you get to 49.
She'd be like, listen to me. You need to read 49. And I did. And wow. Fucking wow.
Tell me about it. Well, no, tell me about 47.
So let's talk about 47. 47, I think this was meant to be a really cool chapter. I think that was the intention.
Oh, really?
Didn't do that for me. No. But I think that this is supposed to be one of the climax moments, right?
Well, yes. This is meant to be the climax. Absolutely.
Okay, so the Hazraks transports Ceres to the forest with all the dead people screaming from book one. What is it called? The what forest?
The Wicker?
Wicker forest.
Yeah, the Wicker woods.
Which, if you don't remember, basically it's people reliving their death.
Yeah.
And now that she's
the Fae, she can see all the souls that are suffering.
Yes.
And
so
stuff.
And the Hazraks is just following her, silently floating around. So an extra layer of creepiness.
But I will say one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get there, right? Edina's message told her exactly where to find Fisher and the tools that she needs. Am I wrong, or were you confused in that moment?
Well, I didn't even remember what the fuck her message was.
I don't understand how we got to the figurine.
Okay, so this is what okay, in the previous episode I was like I didn't want to say yet because we hadn't gone into the chapter. But at this point in this chapter I was confused because I was like, what the fuck? Like, what was she even looking for?
Right.
And then it occurred to me, remember when she goes to the White Mountains or something?
Yeah.
And then she flips the page and then it says like,
Read
after
the tree.
yeah.
Yeah.
And do you remember that one bird that had like scratched her face and fallen out?
Not a stargazer.
And she had put it in her pocket and taken it to her room. So there was a page missing in the book. And I think that's the page that she went to Kalish to find.
Okay.
And that's the page that was in between the White Cliffs and read on after Lo que sea.
Yeah.
So it was never made clear. This is me inferring.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That's a good theory. Okay.
But it was literally never explained. The only reason I thought of that was because I was like, still at this point, we don't know what the fuck is on that paper.
Right.
At the end of the chapter, she knows something that she didn't before.
Yeah.
And
But
so
what bothers
I
me,
assumed that that's what that paper was.
no, that's a great assumption. But what bothers me is that why are we in her head and you're making it seem like we don't know what we're doing here?
Well, because she is, the author mentioned in one of her like interviews that we watched that she was hoping to be able to like, you know, catch us with plot twists and stuff like that. So I think that the reason for that is her, the author, and I could be wrong,
Yeah.
intending to try and catch us off guard. Yeah, or like surprise us or shock us. But I think it was
wasn't done well.
poorly done. Yes,
Yeah, this
poorly
wasn't done
executed. And I'm not a writer, nothing near that. So maybe I'm wrong and I'm an idiot. But she literally, to this, we finished the book. And to this point, at no point has she said the page that she found was the page, like she went back to Kalish to get a page that was missing from the book. And it was the bird that, like, at no point did she say that. I
Exactly.
just was like,
That's
oh,
probably what it was.
that's probably what that paper was.
No, that's fair. I think that makes sense. And there's a thing with reading where you're picking up subliminal messages, and
I
that's.
don't think this was
but
meant to be a
that's exactly
subliminal
what I'm
message.
saying.
I think this was
Like,
a poorly executed.
Yeah, because I'm like, we've read forever. We can
Yes.
pick that shit up anytime. This was poorly done. I didn't like that.
Yeah,
But
I think
okay.
she was trying to surprise us and then just couldn't execute that well enough.
Yeah. Okay. Then she fights 10 warriors by herself.
Yeah, so while she's like running through the forest, she stumbles on a camp and oh my god, she just is such a skilled warrior now with all her runes that she takes down all of these soldiers, and then at some point you hear a voice say like subdue her, you morons, or something like that, and she recognizes that to be Belicon's voice.
Yep.
So she lets them pile onto her, and then she activates her shield rune, and it basically like throws them, vapors them up in the air, and then Belicon gets like the biggest boner, and he's like, you need to swear an oath to me. Like,
Yeah, he
you're
was like,
so powerful.
You were so powerful. He was like shocked by her powers. This was an important like side note to me though. Like at one point she goes, well, you shouldn't have killed all the alchemists. And he seems genuinely like, what?
Yeah, he's like, you're an idiot. Who told you that?
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's important.
Well,
To the-
I think we know Madra did it from the prologue.
Yeah.
But I assume those were all the alchemists in Zilverin,
Zilverin, yeah.
not
Evelia.
in existence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought they were all involved, but whatever.
Well, but we're seeing that, like, there's a lot of information that we thought we knew that is wrong. So, for example, when she tells Algot in the beginning of the book, or close to the beginning of the book, when she's like, well, I'm supposed to learn about being an alchemist and Quicksilver, but Bellicon destroyed all those books. And Algoth's like, no, he didn't. He destroyed them maybe in the Winter Palace, but he's never been here. And she's like, what? And she's like, yeah. Are you serious? Like, you just assumed it was in every single library. So like we're starting to realize that what we were told initially may not really be the case.
That's true. That's true. And in true series fashion, she cuts him off and talks more shit. She's like, where is Fisher? And he's like, he's right there. This is a weird writing part where she's like, she screamed so loud that she tore her throat. What the fuck does that mean?
Just like it was like a blood curdling scream, essentially. But she's like, I didn't like how this part was written where it was like, Sarah is like, I heard a scream that was like horrifying, and then I realized it was me.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I know when I'm screaming.
I know. Everybody knows when I'm screaming.
Everybody knows when I'm screaming.
Exactly.
So
blah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, he essentially put Fisher in like a fucking tree. And like this part also.
What was your thought when you read this for the first time?
Initially confused because I was like, what?
What?
He first of all was like, this forest used to be full of dryads. What is a dryad?
I've been meaning to Google that.
Term?
No, it's a fantasy term. It's one of the fantasy characters.
Oh, okay. I'm stupid then.
No. Dryads are Greek mythological tree nymphs. Spirits of nature.
Okay. That makes sense. Dryads. Okay. So
like oak trees.
Bellicon says that this area used to be dryads. Okay, so they were already fucking trees. But like nymphs. Whatever.
Yeah, like forest spirits.
Yeah.
Or like guardians.
Got you. And that for some reason, I don't know why he needed to go that into the story, but he was like, then they had a war with witches and they lost the witch to the witches and they cursed them. Yeah. Let me tell you something. That added nothing to the story for me. That little side story. No. But okay. So apparently, yeah. Now
it's prisons. Like negative world building.
Yes.
Like it's like I don't give a fuck right now.
Yeah. Too much going on for you to be explaining that right now. So. Anyways, basically he says that witches curse them to be like these trees that are miserable.
Yeah.
And that Bellicon made a deal with them that he would give them like prisoners essentially.
Yeah. So they basically absorb them.
They absorb them and then give them like the worst nightmares possible, which, oh my God, this part annoyed the shit out of me too, because every time we look through Kingfisher's point of view, he talks about how like, oh, this specific situation, like the scorpion that I'm going through right now is so torturous. But since I've been tortured for like 1,000 years by the Quicksilver, like this doesn't even like begin to do shit to me. Like
it's not a big deal.
It's so annoying. So I already fucking know that like these druids or whatever, dryads are like, yeah, they're torturing him, but he's probably later on gonna be like, oh, whatever, because like I had the Quicksilver all this time torturing me, like I'm so familiar with it that those dryads didn't do shit. But anyways, Bellicon is like, he's stuck in there, there's no way to get him out unless I tell the fucking tree to get him out.
Yeah.
And the only way I'm gonna get him out is if you swear an
oath to me, and then in 1,000 of years I will,
and then after 1,000 years of you doing whatever the fuck I tell you to do, I'll let him out. And at that point, he'll be like a shell of who he is.
Yeah.
So you don't have a choice. That's what you're doing. Okay. So I know I already said like, and this is the part like that starts being super annoying for me. But like now,
yeah,
this is the part where I was rolling my eyes into hell.
Yep.
Which is basically like now, Ceres and Bellicon essentially are gonna get into like a battle.
Yeah.
And oh my God, she's just like. She's portrayed as this like badass, right? Yeah. And it's the most annoying shit ever to me. Like, so she's fucking fighting with him, right? Like, they're first of all talking. So he's like, bow down. And she's like, no. And he's like, you're going to swear your oath to me. Like, you don't really have another choice. And she's like, but I do. And then this bitch calls Nimrel to her.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know that normally these swords, like, will kill you essentially if it's not bound to you.
Yeah, like these are God swords. And Nimrel was on the ground near the tree that is absorbing Kingfisher.
Yes.
Something really important that I want to mention before we get to
what
that.
Belicon said about Nimrel.
No, before that.
Okay.
In the book, right? When they're describing this scene, she's like having this little banter with Belicon, and she's like inching closer.
Yeah. She mentions that I'm getting closer. She's like, and now I'm a little closer.
And I'm like, he's like thousands of years old.
Yeah.
Like, do you think he's not noticing that you're getting closer to him?
He's also like stayed king for a reason, bitch. He's dealt with much more competent people than you.
Right.
You think he doesn't see you being like...
So I'm like, that's literally what I pictured. I just pictured her like moving like a snake.
God.
She's getting closer and I'm like, you're so annoying.
She really is.
She's so annoying. So whatever, he calls.
Well, first he says like, oh, and if you don't, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the tree literally absorb Fisher, and he's going to become a part of the tree, and he's going to lose himself in insanity. And then at some point, Nimrel, the god sword, the legendary god sword, is going to basically consider him dead and be open to a new like
bound
owner.
Like owner,
Yeah. Or like partner, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And he was like, and at that point, I'm going to get Nimrel and I'm going to bond to, like, as if you have a choice in that.
I know.
And whatever. She's like, actually, you're fucking not. You know why? Because Nimrel has Renfis's twin sister soul in there. And then she's like, I bet you didn't know that Renfis had a twin. And if I did, bitch, I'm a king. Like,
he doesn't give a fuck. What
like,
are you?
And then
who are you talking to?
He says
right
the
now?
most like fucking third grade shit ever to her. He's like, how am I supposed to know everybody's sister that dies? Like, I would just be like, and like, I would expect him to be like, I don't care. Yeah. You know, instead of being like, am I supposed to? The banter between them was so fucking stupid.
It was painful to read. If I'm gonna be honest,
it really was.
It was. That, and it kills me to say that because I feel like you and I have been very fair in all of our reviews of books, and there were so many scenes that I feel Callie wrote great.
Yeah.
And this was supposed to be the climax.
It gave Rebecca Yarros.
I don't know about that.
I do. I know plenty about that. But it gave the vibe that I explained to you about reading Rebecca Yarros, which is that like it feels like I'm reading like a high schooler talk. Yeah. Like a high schooler, or like not even like a fucking middle schooler trying to be edgy. Yeah. That's what it felt like.
Someone that's like pretending to be a badass. Isn't actually a badass. Yeah.
And then she's
but I will tell you.
Sorry, go ahead.
But what bothers me also about it is that it's this constant reminder of like, and remember, we are the coolest in the group. And remember, there's no one stronger than Fisher, right? So they remind us again that Nimrel is made out of metal, right? Iron.
Well, that's the thing. And then she's like, oh, and on top of that, Nimrel, because here's what pisses me off about all of this. Like, so she's like, well, you're actually wrong. Nimrel has the soul of Renfis's twin sister. Did you know that? And she's like, and Nimrel has silver. And he's like, impossible. Like, oh my God, please.
Did you not know this?
Impossible. We can't touch silver. And she's like, but he did. Fisher touched silver when he closed the gates of Ajun. And you know what else happened? The twin gods, they met with him and they gave him the sword. She's building up this sword so fucking much. And then she's like, come to me. And the sword comes to her and it accepts her. And it's just like, bitch, come on.
I know.
Come fucking on. Like, you build this sword up so fucking much. And Belicon's like, whatever, then fuck the sword, bitch. And she's like, now I get to use it.
So try hard.
It was so
annoying.
Middle school edgy.
It was just
it was so cringy. I was like, really bitch, oh my fucking God.
And she hurls Solus to impale Aureus at one point.
Oh yeah, because Belicon was like, oh, Aureus, fuck him up. Tell the tree to fuck him up. And she was like, no. And she fucking
I
throws her sword
really
at him.
don't remember reading about her knife throwing skills, but like I'm
Much
glad.
less sword. Oh, wait, hold on. Did she not split Solus into two because Solus was too heavy for her to
Yeah,
use?
yeah. Yep.
But
Yep.
now you can handle two full long
And
swords.
throw it at
Now you
like,
can handle not just one, but two in two separate hands. Okay.
and have the ability to throw one accurately.
And I know what you're going to say in the comments. You're going to be like, well, but now she can like use the metals and they help her and stuff like that. But like, no, because I could buy that for her just like using only Solus. And even then I'd be like, que paquete. But
It's
two,
un paquete. This
have
entire
you ever
chapter is
held a
un
real
paquete.
fucking sword?
That shit's heavy.
As fuck.
Yep.
Like a real sword, that shit is heavy.
V. Yep. Yep.
You're gonna hold two? Hazme forward.
Hazme el favor and throw it. But what I'm thinking is not even holding it, because like whatever, maybe she's like this, but you're not gonna be able to be accurate with either of those things. Okay, what Fisher's supposed to be? What, like 3 times her size? Get the fuck out of here.
So she
Something
throws
interesting
a
that
sword
happens.
at Aureus.
Before that, though, when she calls Nimrod to her, she hears laughter in the background.
Oh, I didn't capture that.
Yeah, she hears, I think I wrote it.
Marin and Ball or whatever, the twins.
It flies to her and hears some laughter. So I thought the twins, like the
Yeah.
twin gods. So I thought that was interesting, because que chismosas.
I know.
They're so bored.
I fuck with them though. I
know,
like
me
those
too.
two.
Me too.
They're fun
They're
to
like
me.
so bored in like the gods world. They're
Yeah,
like,
they're
oh
like-
my god.
They're like, let's see what these bitches do.
Yeah. So anyways, she impales Aureus while Fisher's being consumed. She goes, I have a message for you from Edina.
Oh my god.
First
that
of
was
all,
so
for
cringy.
cringy.
Bitch, you think he gives a fuck? That's her son right there. Like, hazme favor. You think he feels any guilt or weirdness? Like, if he has treated his blood daughter and his stepson like bags of dirt,
Yeah.
you think that he's gonna be like, not my ex-wife's name.
What secret did you have from her? Like, who gives a fuck? Mind you, at this point, isn't he impaled with Solus and Nimrod? I remember, I literally wrote this, like, why is he still alive?
Oh yeah,
Right.
That's the thing that we don't finish understanding. He has some like power shit, kind of like Madra, where he just won't die.
Yeah. So there's more to that in different chapters, but do you this is when we get into the you don't have power over Fisher.
Oh my god, so stupid. Yeah, she's like, basically, so she impales him, and then she like goes up to Fisher, and it's just the most stupid, cringy, dramatic fucking scene.
Names hold meaning.
She puts her hand on the tree, and she's like, there's one thing stronger, like educating him as if he doesn't fucking know, as if she's not brand new here. She's like, there's one thing stronger than an oath that he made to you, and that's their true name. And then she fucking puts her hand on him, and she's like, Caden Greystar Finvara,
Rise up. Fight.
right? But here's what, okay, I'll reserve that comment that I was about to make about this, because I read that and I was like, you are a moron. You just said his whole fucking name in front of this idiot.
I had the same thought.
You don't, I would have been like, like, I would have started climbing the tree and been like, Kaisan, wake the fuck up. Like, I would have, get up. Or like with my mind, I would have been staring at him, like being like, Kaisan, in my head. But she just says it out loud. And then here's what fucking gets me. Okay, so we're moving on. Chapter 48, Fisher's point of view. Because I need to complain about this.
Well, before you do, though, because I'm down, she says his name. and he's released from all oath bounds. And then with the Hazrak rune, she breaks the power over his. That's still in the same chapter, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why. With the Hazrak runes, she breaks the power over his true name. So no one can use his true name to ever tell him to do anything again.
Okay, but
Well,
how is
something.
that explained?
Thank you.
That's what I wanted to complain about.
Okay, great. So we're here.
She literally, she fucking puts her hand on him. She says his name, and then like Fisher wakes up, and he's like, it says, he remembers going through the shadow gate, hearing Belicon's command, and says he ends the endless dark shattered for Kingfisher.
Fisher.
Then he wakes up, and like Belicon is like, ha ha ha, you stupid fucking girl, like, don't you realize what you've just done?
Right
now I know his true name, I have the ultimate power on him. And then which, by the way, if somebody was like, his true name is Kaisand, what is
Kaiden
Greystar Finvara, I would have been like, fuck, I'm not gonna remember that. Like like if I was Belicon, I'd be like,
otra vez.
say it again. Like, how do you just memorize that? But whatever.
I don't know.
So he calls him by his name and he's like, kill her. And then Fisher's like,
pretending to want to.
I'm so sorry about this, Ceres. And he like goes to like pretend to kill her, and then he turns around and I think like kicks Belicon in the face or something. Yep. And then she's like, I broke the power that people had over his name, so now no one can use it against him. Explain.
Correct.
How did you do that?
Yep. How? This is the part. I mean, okay, but I'll be honest, and I'll reserve it for like our entire podcast. But this is another example of how frustrating this book was for me, because I got a lot of random information and a lot of random plot holes. But how the
explain that to me? How did you do that?
No, I don't think she knows. She just has this magical rune by the Hazraks, and like never thought to do this before.
That part pissed me off so much.
we could argue that with this rune that she's had for all this time, she could have done the same shit with his other name.
Yeah.
She could have broken the Kingfisher oathbound bullshit forever ago. So what was this? I just feel like at this point in the book, I'm like, I know we're ending the book. We're a few chapters
Everything
away.
Feels very rushed.
But not only does it feel very rushed, it feels like no one read this, because how did we get here? And you think, yep, great, wrap up that chapter. Perfect explanation.
I just feel like continuously throughout this book, we're given an obstacle, a hurdle, and then she literally like flies over it.
Yep.
In the same chapter,
or it's never
like
mentioned
two
again.
chapters later. Yeah, never mentioned again. Or 2 chapters later, she flies over it. This really pissed me off, because I was like, "Wait, what? Yep. When did you do that? Like, when did you take away the power that this name had?"
And not only that, but the cockiness of it.
Yes, that too.
The cockiness of Kaiden, no sé qué, Venvara. Because you know this guy's hearing you. And then this guy's like, okay, now I know. And she'd be
Ceres has consistently been a fucking idiot. Consistently. She has made poor judgments. She has made poor oaths, deals. Like, literally, I don't think she's made one good decision.
Literally?
None.
Why is this girl being allowed to make any decisions?
Seriously, give me one decision that she has made by herself that was a good one.
0.
She has consistently not thought things through. 100%. She's impulsive. So you want me to believe that she thought through, I'm going to say his name, but when she's panicked, like, this bitch is freaking the fuck out because she doesn't know where he is. She just found his name. The Harax took her to this fucking woods. She doesn't know what's going on. Yep. You expect me to believe that she had pre-planned, oh, I'm going to get, unless it says it on the page that Adina wrote for her, and we don't know because she didn't read that page out loud. We don't know.
Which at this point, why?
we don't know what was on the paper. You can infer it was his name, but like maybe there was instructions. Maybe she was like, "Hey, this is his name, and you need to use like the rune that the." And then that, if she had told us, maybe at the end of the chapter, like this is how I came up
Like,
with
I'm
this.
so glad I remembered that one piece of paper that was missing.
Or like if at some point Fisher had a dialogue with her and was like, "How did you even know how to do that?" And she was like, "I didn't, but I found the page from your mom's book and it told me how to do it."
Yeah.
And so I did. Like if it had been that, fine. But to this moment, she's acting like, "Oh, you think I'm stupid enough to say his name in front of you? I broke the power that people have over his name." Like, no, because you have made horrible deals from the moment that you stepped here. You have
Consistently.
not made one good decision. You have been trading memories, jokes with the fucking Quicksilver that get erased out of your brain. You're leaving holes in your brain. You don't think anything through. You tell
every
the
fucking step
Hasrax
away- yes.
that the favor you want is for him to leave you alone instead of asking for literally anything. I wish for you to kill Madra. Anything.
fucking
Any fucking my favor is I want you to tell me how to kill Belicon. Anything. Anything.
Correct.
Give me a book on everything I need to know about Quicks. Anything. Fucking anything. You choose. Leave me alone.
Something about the alchemist.
And you
Something about my
expect me
runes.
to believe that you thought this plan through to the T?
Fuck no.
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 You're talking about, listen, if this was Aelin, I would have been like, yes, this is exactly what she would do, because Aelin always kept things quiet.
Yeah.
She kept things from people.
20 steps ahead.
She moved like pieces of the puzzle ahead, or like of the chessboard ahead. And then like when you finally got to that point, you were like, wait, what the fuck? How did this happen?
Yep.
She reveals like, well, this whole time, that I could believe. But you, Ceres, who has never thought forward,
You have, like,
never thought ahead, you expect me to believe that you wouldn't impulsively say his name in front of Belicon out of panic and fear to like get him out of that fucking tree?
Get out of here.
Please.
Literally get out of here.
Please.
She is so annoying. She's so cocky for no reason.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here reading this like,
Ever since she became Faye, ha sido insoportable la chiquita. Insoportable.
mija, she's been insoportable since she arrived to Evelio in Quicksilver.
She was boring in the first book. She really was. She lacked any personality.
But yeah, I guess so. But she's been boring to me for the entire time. But right
I
now,
know.
but I feel like she was annoying in the first book too. But in this book, I'm just kind of like,
In this book, she is impossible, honestly. Like, I really cannot stand her.
I can't imagine who does. Anyways,
So that stupid bullshit happens. Look, I even
Belicon
have
is
notes
pissed.
of being like, oh, okay. This is something I wanted to mention. So in chapter 48, it's Fisher's point of view. He remembers going through the Shadow Gate and hearing Belicon's command to come to him. After that, he can't remember much. I have a note that's like, okay, but fucking how did Belicon get in the Shadow Gate? That's never explained. How did that fucking happen?
The way that I understood that is just as he's traveling from one place to another in Evelia, and he's not in Amountrieth and he's not in Kalish anymore. He's leaving both these places where we know that Belicon can't lure them in Kalish and in Amountrieth. But the rest of Evelia seems fair game. So because he's going to somewhere else in the Shadow Gate, he has the power to compel him to come to him.
But how did you know
that he was in a Shadow Gate?
He was in a Shadow Gate, and how did you get that message through to the Shadow Gate?
Oh, so this is just one of these moments where we don't give a fucking no.
And then I have another
we don't
note
fucking know.
that said, Sarah's a dumbass, the fucking name thing, and she undid its power. I'm a fucking favor.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but you know what? You bring up a really good point. We don't fucking know that. This is me assuming that it almost makes me feel like Belicon has all these bonds, and when one of them is like open or like one, like it will shine in his head and he's like, bring him to me because he's available, like he's in my land
maybe,
again.
but that's us guessing.
But again, it's guessing. Why aren't you telling me
So
this?
then by that standard, how did she know his name? Because we don't fucking know how she knows. She never says,
No.
I know your name because it was on a page. Nothing. You never find out how the fuck she found out the name. That was my guess. We also never find out how the fuck did Bellicon like communicate with him in the Shadow Gate. That's our guess right there. But like, these are questions that maybe she's going to answer it in the third book.
But I think these are significant issues in the book, in the storyline, because when you get to a place, listen, I have a very strong opinion about this. You can tell me surprises in the next book. You can tell me, oh, what you thought it wasn't. Right? What you can't do to a reader is make them feel like, where the fuck did this come from? There's a difference between a plot twist. A plot twist that she did amazing was that Madra, Malcolm, and Bellicon
I agree.
were together.
Completely agree.
Insane. Loved that plot twist. This isn't a plot twist. You're not giving your reader enough information to understand your book appropriately.
I agree. I feel like, honestly, this was her like rushing to finish the book. This feels very rushed.
She could have just skipped 21 to 30.
She could have skipped a lot of shit that she didn't.
She could have just skipped literally right after Silverian to right now and had enough time to fucking close this shit right. Because this isn't like, I read 47 and 48 and I'm like, I literally wrote here, I'm like, I'm a little lost here. And I reread it.
Yeah, I was confused in chapter 47 and I was confused in chapter 48 also.
Yeah.
I was confused in 47 because of the name thing.
Yep.
I was like, where did that come from?
And also, how do you know where you're going?
Also, I was like, how did she undo that though? Like,
yeah.
That was my confusion with 47 and 48. Like, I was like, wait, what? When did you do that? When did you undo? She says it. She says, I undid his, like, I undid the power that is over his name. But I'm like, when? I was like, when did you do that? I didn't read that. I just read that you put your hand on him and you were like, rise, Kaiden, whatever the fuck your name is. And then he woke up.
Yep.
At no point were you like, and now I'm channeling, and now I'm like, which would have been lame, but whatever. At least I would have been like, oh, okay, I guess that's when she did it. Like, weird. But no, she just says his name. So you did it in your head. Like, you whispered in your head and you were like, magic rune, undo it. Like,
yeah. That's exactly this is exactly how it's written. And it's so frustrating.
47 and 48 were so frustrating. 49?
Did I not fucking tell you that chapter was the one? If you weren't sure you hated the book, 49
my God.
I do want to say so a couple things, right? Because if I'm gonna be annoyed by this book, I want you to know all of the things that I'm annoyed by.
Hit me with it.
Okay. So Fisher leaves the tree. Okay. Aureus tries to attack Ceres. And then Onyx the fox jumps out and attacks Aureus. Okay.
Oh yeah, more things happen in this chapter that we were talking about.
And then Aureus basically kills the fox, right? And Ceres rips out its throat.
Aureus like went to like stab Ceres, I guess, and the fox was like, not her, and it jumped in the way and he stabbed the fox instead. And then yes, she ripped his throat out with her mouth.
Yeah. ¿Cuándo?
Well, she's a vampire.
I don't care. She's never been given any inkling of engaging in vampire.
You could say it's impulsive. Like, it's
Really?
Yeah.
It's been impulsive. And what about when the other fucking feeder had a coal by the neck?
She doesn't care about the coal. She cares about the fucking fox. So here's my thing with the fox.
I'm
not going to say that yet. I'm not getting to 49 yet. My thing with the fucking fox is that I'm like, why have we developed this bond out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Because in the previous book, she did not feel this way about the fox. And I know people are going to watch this and be like, you're such a fucking hater with animal companions. And it's not that. Because like when we read Twisted Ones, I loved the dog. Like I was like, I really loved Bongo.
Or when the moon hatched.
Yes. with the
Moon plume.
what was the name of the moon plume?
Me olvido.
Whatever. Her Elowen's moon plume.
Yeah.
That broke my fucking heart.
Yep.
Or like Fourth Wing. I love Taryn.
I love Turn.
And Darna be pissing me off.
But I love Sigil too.
Yeah,
Sigil's
but watch
funny.
your mouth. Don't talk to me like that.
I know.
But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I do love like a good bond between like a mythical
animal
creature,
species,
an animal,
yeah.
whatever the fuck, and a person.
Yep.
But I just feel again like this is forced. Like this
Yep.
fox has never been this important. It's been like a little. And in the first book, I was fine with the fox because it was just there, and she was like, yeah, it's kind of cute and like whatever. Like I don't want it to die out there, you know.
Yeah.
But now in this, she's literally acting like she gave birth to the fucking fox.
I know.
Suddenly. Like what the fuck?
And what bothers me is not only her, but now Fisher's taking care of the fox too.
No, now Fisher is acting like he gave birth to the fox
Yeah,
too.
it's
This
like
is what's so
singing
weird
to
to me.
it
It's so like
and giving it fucking no sé qué.
so like her ripping the throat out of Aureus. I understand why it was that way, and it was because Callie wanted to help push the narrative or to make the reader understand that what she feels for this fox is like
Instinct.
visceral. Like it's like I love this fucking fox, because ripping out a throat like as a reaction is something you would do for like, you know,
Your child.
your husband, whatever, your partner, lo que sea. But I'm just like, since when do you care about the fox like this?
I don't get it. Especially because at the beginning of this book, the fox is like elsewhere. The fox comes to her. Mm-hmm. She's in a Montreuth, like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. With like no regard for the fucking fox.
Exactly.
And when the fox comes, she's like, well, do what you need to do. Because she thought it was going to die.
Which asks again, and Fisher's like, no, cannot do it. Okay. Then Ceres and Fisher take the god swords, do their little shadow gate. Fisher beheads Belicon.
Oh, yeah. He's like, this will stop him for like a little bit. And then he's like,
what the fuck are we talking about here? He's beheaded. Well,
I really don't know.
I was very confused about this too. And I did read, I did go back to try to understand. Mm-hmm. And apparently in Quicksilver, they tell us to kill one of the three of them. Mm-hmm. You have to kill all three.
Okay, but then Malcolm would still be alive.
Correct.
Which,
anyways, ponder that.
That's hilarious to me because throw Malcolm into the sun. Like,
I know, right?
I get Belicon could be harder to kill. Madra, I'll even give you Madra because we don't know what the fuck she is. But like,
and guess what?
Malcolm
Book
is
two,
like the
and we
weakest of all them.
still don't know.
I know.
Whatever, I will save that for my later one.
So yeah, Fisher beheads Belicon. What are you making that face for? You're reading ahead? Shut up. Fisher beheads Belicon because he's like, oh, this will keep him at bay for a little bit. And then this is what gets me. So first of all, she starts having a fucking panic attack over the fox. And she's like, heal it. And Fisher's like, I can't. It's already dead. And she's like, no, heal it. You have to heal it. And he's like, I can't. And then he's like, listen, we gotta go. So he beheads Belicon, and then he's like, I know you're like super traumatized and everything, but we need to go through like 12 shadow gates.
Bitch, listen to me very carefully. Your mate was in a fucking tree being absorbed, and you're out here being like, stop the shadow gate.
Yeah.
The fox.
Can you explain to me why they need to go through 12 shadow gates?
Because he's trying to confuse Belicon to not follow him through.
Okay. So how does he know where you are with the...
That's so...
Explain.
I don't get it.
So you're going to just be like, oh, we got to confuse Belicon with the... Tell me how he knows.
Is Belicon
are these not yours?
Able to reach...
Are they not your thing? You're no longer oath bound to him. So how does he know when you open a shadow gate? Explain that. And okay, fine. Maybe don't explain it right now, but we're on chapter 48.
Yep.
There's 52
49
chapters.
now.
Well, yeah, now 49. There's 2 more chapters. get wherever you're gonna go. Everybody cries, and then you're like,
be like,
let's
hey,
talk
I need
about
to go
what
through
happened.
12 because Bella Khan has this super important, like,
Yeah, while she's freaking out, be like,
magic.
listen to me. Belagon has this piece of whatever that he can locate me. We have to do this. I know this is fucked up, but like we have to, or he's gonna catch us. Say that. Or like when the dust settles, which the dust never settles in the end of this book, it leaves you on like, oh, what the fuck. But like I just at some point, you have confused me already 3 times. Back to back.
Back to back.
So I, at this point,
So
when I'm
get
reading
a plot
this,
twist.
I'm like,
We got a plot twister. Sorry.
a plot twister.
Yeah, like a plot. Esto se volteó en una forma que I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about right now?
I wouldn't call it a plot twist. I would call it like a black hole, a plot hole.
Yeah, a plot hole.
Several plot holes that never get plugged up. And they're significant because they have to do with the progression of the story.
Correct.
It's whatever. It just really annoyed the fucking shit out of me. Then they go through all 12 fucking gates and she's like, I can't do this anymore, Fisher. And he's like, it's fine. We're where we need to be. At the Ajun gate. So then this girl.
By the way, I have to remind you guys that I've been ramping up this chapter for Carla. I think I finished it maybe like a few days before you did. I can't remember.
No, you finished it like 2 weeks before me because I have been dragging my fucking heels.
I finished weeks before, and this was the chapter where I remember texting her. I'm like, I know you hate this book. I know that you don't want to read it, but you have to get to this chapter because I need to talk about it. So I've been ramping up this chapter for a long time.
And by the way, I just went into it like, let's see what happens here. It's some stupid bullshit, I'm sure. I get to it. And it's the chapter starts with her like being like, I can't do this anymore. You need to stop. He stops. And she's like, no, I won't let him die. He's dead. There's no I won't let him die. He's dead. And a fox. And before you come for me in the comments being like, oh, if it was my dog, or like, you're a fucking hater, you don't love animals. It's not that.
Fine.
It's just...
Fine. We're talking about a fucking fox.
It's just like
no.
If this was
ridiculous,
if this was a bond that I understood, I would like Tairn. If I was Violet, I would literally die for Tairn. Like I would do anything for him.
That makes sense though. There's a bond there. There's training there. There is, your lives are actually like bonded, connected. If he dies, she dies.
It doesn't really have a relationship with her other than like her petting it and it cuddling up to her. And like that's cute, but like I don't know. It's just like I just don't feel like she did a good job at making me give a shit about the fox. She didn't. She like tried to force me believing that this girl gave birth to the fox.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so obsessed with her and she's so obsessed with him. And it doesn't land for me.
It not only does it not land, but it does give her the same vibe that every other relationship in this book gives, a forced relationship. Mm-hmm. This is every single relationship in this book feels forced.
Yeah.
All of it, there's no depth to it. And that's what bothers me, because here's the thing with the fox. In book 1, I was annoyed by the fox.
I don't give a fuck about the fox in book 1.
But what I'm saying is in book 1, it literally felt like this little fucking human girl that like wants a pet.
But I could get behind that everywhere. She was like, I literally don't know anyone here. This guy treats me like shit. Everybody wants something from me. Like, I don't know. This is like my little companion that we can just be friends.
Fine. It just I
didn't give a shit about the fucking fox in the first book. Now in the second book, that she has made this fox be such a central fucking part of her existence, and literally only randomly, I'm like, what the fuck? So whatever. She's like, I'm not gonna let it happen. And Fisher's like, bitch, it's dead. And this girl decides to start calling into the wind, come out, I know you're watching me, come out, isn't this what you want to be able to watch me? And Fisher's like, this girl has lost it.
What are you talking to?
And after a hot ass minute of nothing, the Hazrak comes out pissed from the forest, which I liked this. I liked this part. And he was like, let's get something fucking straight. I watch you when the fuck I want, and you never summon me ever. And she was like, I was terrified. Like, she was like, I was scared in that moment.
Because we call this almighty being over a fox.
And have you not told this fucker to fuck off literally every single time he's seen you?
This almighty being that you've been rude to
Celestial,
for all 800 fucking
godlike.
pages. How many fucking pages is in this book anyways? A lot of nothing. So anyways, this almighty being comes out. Mm-hmm. And the Hazarak is like, fine. But I get to ask what it feels like to lose something you love dearly.
Like, I just have one question for you, and he's pissed. Like, it's a little back and forth because he's like, you don't fucking summon me, you don't fucking ask me questions. Like, who are you? Which great, because I agree. And then she's like, please, just one question. He's like, fine. Then I get to ask one question back. What's the question he asks?
What does it feel like to lose something she loves dearly?
You've never asked another being that in your, I don't even know how many years of existence. You've never asked that before, and you're choosing her, who is like the worst example of loving someone that I've seen so far. Other than her love for Hayden, like, her and Kingfisher have very superficial love. This chapter makes me so fucking angry. At this point, I was so excited for you to get here. That I read from chapter 47 on just pissed me off more and more and more and more.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, she's like, my question is Onyx still passed here? On? Like, has he passed on? And then the Hazarak's like, that's such a stupid fucking question. He's like, that's stupid. Who cares? He'll pass on eventually. So she's like, so he hasn't passed on. And then this fucking girl, I'm sorry. You're really not going to convince me.
Takes on. Mm-hmm.
There's no way that you can spin this to tell me, like, but she just, there's ningún but she just.
No.
You are in the middle of some fuck shit in this world. There's so much shit going on. You need to have, like, literally people are dying left and right.
Yep.
People that you care about can and should, in a realistic story, die. You are literally at the end of the world. It is almost the apocalypse. Yep. And you need to stack
There's
your
rot
cards
everywhere.
You need to absolutely any amount of, like, power or, like, trump cards or anything that you can have on your side, you should be stacking them up. And this fucking idiot was like, I'm gonna use the undo rune on it. I mean, it was a variety of things. Like, she was like, alchemists have tried to bring people back before. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw magic at it. I'm gonna use the Hazarak rune to undo death.
And then the Hazarak was like, that's gonna break that rune.
So Hazarak's the only sane character, right?
And Fisher.
No, wait. The Hazarak is like over a fox, basically, right? And then it's like, you need to stop her, right? To Fisher. Mm-hmm. Okay. What does Fisher say?
He's like, well, this is how I pictured him. He was like, okay, if that's what you want.
There's a chance that she might not make it.
Okay.
Fisher goes, yeah, I know she can do it. The Hazarak is like, all magic has a limit. What if she dies? Trying to save a fox. He goes, it's her life to spend. Her decision. I will respect it.
So this is what I mean about not having a partner who's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Correct.
Like, I understand.
So ultimately, this commander of 1,000 armies has been tortured by Quicksilver. Lost 1 million people he cares about. Yeah, sure, sweetie. You want to sacrifice yourself over some random fucking fox?
This is an enablest relationship.
This is the stupidest relationship I've ever read.
Part of having, like, a good, healthy relationship is having someone that can check you.
Correct.
And I don't mean, like, check you in the way where they're like, no, don't ever say that again.
It's
but
like
somebody who can like give you
reason with
the
you.
other side, and it's
Right.
like, but look at it from this point of view. Like, I don't think this is a good decision. I think you really need to think about this. Like, having that is important because
But
you
listen,
need somebody to be able to be like, listen, I understand where you're coming from, but like, no, that's not it. Look at the whole picture. This rune can undo oaths. You know what that means? That means that Lorith and that Renfis and that everybody that has sworn an oath to Belicon can get that undone now. And that takes a lot of power away from him. You cannot give that up right now. I know that you're sad about the fox and I'm heartbroken. Bullshit. But like, whatever. I'm heartbroken too, but this shit, we're in the middle of war. Everlane, you might be able to undo whatever the fuck happened to her. You might be able to wake her up. Don't do this. If you do this, I'm gonna be pissed as fuck.
How about you don't do this? How about it's a fucking fox?
How about I grabbed the fox and I threw him over the cliff already,
Correct.
so you can't do shit.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This was
This
the dumbest
chapter
fucking
was-
thing.
I can't even say painful because the book was painful. This chapter
The epitome of stupid.
was facepalm. Like this chapter
Face rake.
was like literally. I read this and I was like, this can't be what like like this isn't it, right? Like this can't be real. Because then it continues. The Hazrax, again, maybe one of the only sane characters in this book, goes, if she continues to try to undo this fucking fox's death, she will shatter the rune that it gave her, and it will not be able to use it for anyone else. It will not be able to free her friends from her oaths. So it's not one of those moments where you're like, oh shit, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Clearly told you.
He
Clearly
told you.
explicitly warned you.
And she literally says, I don't care. I'll find another way. Which tracks. Because the rest of the book, you've been given problems and hurdles that she just, I'm going to jump over this. This isn't a problem anymore. So fine. I'm sure she will find another way through this.
This made me want to throw the book against the wall.
I'm glad. So when I read it by myself, I was like, oh my God. What? Okay, let's break it down a little bit more. Why? Again, forced relationships, no depth to relationships. It's a fucking random fox. Yet, I want to bring up another point. What did I say in book 1? We've been having the opinion that this has been forced relationships from book 1, right? So don't sit here and tell me that you give a fuck about Everlane, you give a fuck about Run, you give a fuck about Lorith, you don't give a fuck about anybody because you're unable to see the importance of them not being oathbound to Belicon, surviving this war.
No se te ocurre a ti. It doesn't occur to you that maybe you could put your hand on some sort of the rot. Maybe not. Too dangerous, right? But like the possibility of undoing the rot.
Even that, Carla. That sounds better.
I'm just saying, like, the lengths to which this is fucking stupid is ridiculous. And I can understand that the author might have been like, this is too much of an OP thing to give her because it's going to solve all of the problems for her. But then don't give it to her.
I have
Or if
opinions
she's
on
going
that
to
too,
lose
though.
it, don't let it be in this stupid of a fucking way. Let it be that Fisher was dying and she needed to undo his death.
Correct.
That still
Because
stupid.
guess what?
But I understand he's your mate. You're in love with him. That's a different, profound type of
I
love.
would not be having a problem with that as much.
I would,
No, I
but-
would have a problem, but it wouldn't be this stupid.
I would have a problem because it's Fisher, but I would understand. I'd be like,
No,
I
I
get
mean,
it. She loves him.
I would
Or
have
her
a
brother.
problem.
Let it be that she needs to,
Right.
Like, undo the death of someone she loves. And I know she loves the fox. It's a fucking fox. When you adopted this little fuzzy shit, you weren't like, this fox is going to live to be 7,000 years old. You knew. It is pretty well understood. Animals have a shorter lifespan, especially depending on what it is. Cats, dogs. It sucks. And as somebody who, I had a dog and my dog passed away, and I know how much it hurts to lose a pet, especially like your pet, your first pet, or whatever you want to call it. I know how much that hurts. It's awful. But I knew that was going to come at some point, you know? I didn't think that my dog was going to live to be 60 years old with me.
I can see the comments now, like, oh, but he sacrificed himself for her.
Okay, but the world is ending.
Yeah.
There's
the world is
cataclysmic
rotting
things
away.
going on. Madra is doing crazy shit. You don't know what your rune can do there. You don't know what your rune can do in Zilverin. You don't know what it can do with Bellic. You just found out that you can undo an oath. That's fucking huge.
Crazy. Unheard of.
You could fuck up so much of his kingdom. Don't you understand that? I understand.
No,
the
she
fox,
doesn't
she loves
care.
it. But like in war, and this is war, you lose things that you love. You make sacrifices for the greater good. And you can't proclaim to be this queen, this leader. This is not what a leader does.
No.
It sucks to be a leader. You make hard decisions.
But listen to me. How do we even know that she loves this thing? Again, it's being forced.
Yes, it is being forced. Absolutely.
There's no love here.
But that is
It's a
regardless the
stupid
justification for
fox.
it. Okay, but I agree. It is forced. I don't feel any fucking connection.
Carla, wasn't this awful?
I'm not even joking. This was the point where I was like, okay, I don't want to read a single page more of this series.
Yep.
Like before I got to this, I was like, oh, we'll read the third. When I got to this, I was like, when does that shit come out? Because I don't know.
Yep. And then guess what happens? I have two problems here. Onyx lives. Mm-hmm. And they skip away to the Ajun gate.
When Onyx got revived, it gave me such a strong desire to kill him.
Yep.
Like I was like, I wish that this was for nothing. I wish that you broke your rune for nothing.
Yep. Literally. Because here's the thing. Two things happen here. Number one, yes, she doesn't have the power anymore because she never deserved it.
Correct.
But she doesn't have the power anymore so that you don't have this all-powerful character. I understand why we did that.
But make it matter.
But the second thing, right? Onyx lives. So, all of chapter 48, like end of 48, 49, it's another trope that pisses me off. And she did it before in this book too, where we think Tal died. Mm-hmm. And nope, JK, he's back.
Right.
The Onyx, the fucking fox died. No, JK, he's back. Mm-hmm. I don't like that trope.
Yeah, I agree.
I find it done unwell.
If
For example,
gonna die,
I think Rysand, third book, where he's dead.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to come back from that one. And then when they revived him, it made sense to me. It was a character that I mourned in a page and was back, and I didn't feel like this was a cheap shot.
Yeah.
This and Tal dying and collapsing on the floor felt like just, I don't know, shockwaves. I don't know.
When a book, everything just goes your way. It's, to me, for me, and I know we're all different. We all have different preferences. So if that's what you like, I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying for me, it's not a book worth reading because it's not realistic. Yep. Especially when one of the themes of the book is war. And it is. People die in war. And it's sad and it sucks. And nobody enjoys reading the characters they love dying.
Yep.
But there's usually a purpose and it's impactful. And there's a reason that character died. And it symbolizes something. And this could have symbolized the death of Cerys' innocence and started off the next book on a completely different note where now Cerys is a changed person over a fucking fox, but still.
Fox, though? over a fucking bro. Listen
This
to
was
me.
the dumbest
This is what
fucking
bothers
thing.
me. Your mom got murdered. Hayden was taken away from you.
Tried to use that rune to undo the last little bit of Quicksilver that was still in Fisher. You could
For literally anything.
undo or break. Undo or break. Undo
A million
or break.
things.
You were in your weird ass dream in Kalish where the rot took over everything and the rot was actively not letting you through the door, and you tried to break that bitch down with everything you had and nothing worked except what? The
Your
rune.
rune.
So that tells you what? That your rune can do things that the rot
Extremely
does
powerful.
not like allow.
So you know what brings
So
me?
you decide, fuck the rot and this kingdom. I'm
Fuck
saving the
this
fox.
rune. Because by the way, you do this and the rune is gone. Okay, it's gone. So what happens now, right? The Hazrax is probably like, we're doomed.
And
Our life is in the hands of
that
an imbecile.
mentality of like, I'll find another way. Sometimes there is no other way.
Yep. But there will be for this book. Don't
Of
you
course.
worry.
But sometimes there is no other way.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Sometimes things, people, animals, whatever, have to die. And this is like a life thing too, where it's like sometimes you have to go through this difficulty in your life to achieve like studying or whatever. Like nobody fucking likes doing that.
No. But
You
even
have
something
to do
simple,
certain things
like
sometimes.
storytelling. You know what's something I always remember? This is like a super side note, but it's funny. You're going to laugh. There was a game that my husband played growing up. And he was telling me about this like hilarious thing that happened to him because he was putting like hours and hours and hours into this video game. And he stumbled across like some kind of crab, right? And he was like, I'm going to kill the crab. And he kills the crab. And then he finds out that it's the only crab in the whole fucking game that was like something important or whatever. And there was no way to get this crab back.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a that happens.
Yeah.
Like it's a video game, it's a book, whatever it is, it's life. And it's like, okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. We can be here forever.
This is so stupid to me. I mean, the fact that this was done over a fucking fox, I get it. The rune was OP. She needed to lose it. It was going to cause way too many solutions for her. Make her lose it in a way that makes sense. In a way that's not going to make me be like, are you fucking kidding me? Make it be on Fisher. And I get it that that's like a crazy thing, like, because she's like, oh, it was just a little fox. So, like, the amount of power I used was almost everything. And it just barely brought him back. So you're insinuating that, like, well, she certainly couldn't do this with a fucking fae. Which, mark my words, she will. But
100%.
But if you're going to take something like this away, make it make sense. Make the Hazrax be like, you don't deserve this anymore. That's not what I gave you this for.
Exactly.
Something.
Yep.
Make the Hazrak take it from her.
Be mad.
Make.
He's like, are you insane?
Yeah. A fox.
And he's looking at Fisher.
This is not.
Like,
this
are
did
you
not
at least going
land
to
the way
intervene?
that I know she intended it to. And I don't know if it's just us because, like I said, I'm reserving looking things up until we're done with this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want.
Yeah. I'm going to start looking it up tonight.
Well, yeah, now we're done. So I am going to like see like what do people think of this? Like are people happy or people...
I literally haven't looked up anybody.
Me neither. I haven't seen what anybody has said about the book. The only thing I saw was people critiquing the editing.
Yeah.
But that was it.
But I'm telling you, I remember reading this chapter and I was like...
I really could talk about this chapter for
I know.
another like 30 minutes. And believe
But
me that we're
trust
going to
me,
talk about this again when we do the
when
review.
we do the thing. But we enter chapter 50 and the Hazrak is gone. The horde is coming.
This chapter
They
pissed me
call
off
them
also.
into... I know. They call them into a Hoon gate.
And guess who's there?
Ren. But Happy's like...
Okay.
He's like happy. He's like... Behold, the gate is opening for my friends.
Do you know how quickly I would have decked him? I would have been like, are you fucking kidding me? You've been here this whole time?
You couldn't have sent a letter.
Exactly what I was about to say.
You couldn't have sent somebody.
Exactly. You couldn't have sent a fucking letter? You know where I'm at. You know if you send something to Kalish, I will get it at some point. He's like, sorry, I just had to disappear. I was called. So it gives us another mini backstory, which I didn't need it.
No.
It did nothing to further the plot for me.
No.
Or add to the dimension of the world. So to summarize it real quick, he buried his sister on the mountain. Because he did, his blood is in the mountain. So he is connected to the land, and he is
called to watch the gate when the gate needs to be watched.
Yes. There's a gate there. Essentially, it leads to their hell. It's a portal that leads to this dark realm.
Gate, right. Yeah. That opens
monsters
randomly.
Come out, they wreak havoc, and they've ruined the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And there's six
there
guards
be six
constantly.
Guards at all times, yep.
But a few weeks ago, some fucking creature came out, took all 6 guards with it, and so Renfis was called to guard the gate with, I'm assuming, 5 other guys.
This portal was not stilled when the Quicksilver was stilled everywhere.
And the Quicksilver was stilled, like when Madra closed it and shit. Yeah. Not this one. So guess who went through it?
King
That
Fisher.
Super traumatic story about how Fisher was forced through the Quicksilver by himself. That's the one. Belicon told him to go in, told him to give him his relics so that he
doesn't need it because this
itself.
Is a sign of riches and glory.
Right.
The poor 11-year-old goes into this Quicksilver, comes back out 2 hours later, silver eyes rimmed. Rimmed, it will, you know what I mean. So yeah, great. Ren is here. Yay. They weren't worried about him to begin with, but sure, whatever.
I mean, they were worried about him, but I will tell you right now that if you fucking just up and disappeared and I didn't hear anything from you, and then I found you at Macy's giggling, I would punch you in the mouth.
I know you would.
I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'd grab you by your hair and be like, where the
I'd be like, bitch, I know that you have a fucking way to get a message to me. Find something. A pen, a paper, you know my address.
Because truly, though, do you know how traumatic that'd be? We talk every day, all day, and then all of a sudden I don't hear from you for weeks.
No. I would be livid, especially if you greeted me with a smile.
Yeah, especially be like, look, my best friend's back.
No, I wouldn't be like,
what?
I'd be like, explain yourself.
Correct.
And you better have a good reason because I'm going to choke you. I would have been livid if I was Kingfisher. Ceres, no, because she doesn't care about anybody.
Except Fox.
Except the fox. That's her priority.
So anyways, inexplicably, the Huon Gate closed that day. It only opened 2 or 3 times since without warning. Okay? The gate has opened now, and she remembers Everlane screaming in her, Ceres, right, is thinking about this. Everlane screaming over and over again, the gate is open, the gate is open. So, obviously it means this gate.
Yeah.
When it opened, well, you already said this, the beast, whatever. So, all of a sudden, without absolutely no reason to why they need to do this, Fisher's like, we need to go into the gate.
Okay, wait, hold on. Rewind a little bit.
Okay.
She had asked Lorith what the fuck Fisher was talking about, that there's another way, that Lorith has said there's another way, and Fisher said absolutely not. And Lorith was like, I can't tell you, Fisher will kill me.
About getting the brimstone.
And she was like, look, I make an oath, I promise, blah, blah, blah. I'm literally never going to do anything without telling Fisher. So, just tell me, and I won't, whatever it is, I won't do it without Fisher's full knowledge. And he's like, okay. We don't know what happened. We don't know what the story is.
The theme of this
book,
right?
It's left blank for us because obviously we're intended to find out in the moment. And she is like, oh, this is the gate. The other, because Fisher's like, this is not a regular gate. This is another gate. And she's like, oh, the other gate. So Fisher psychically knows that Lorith told her. And so she's like, this is the gate that Lorith was telling me about. Fisher explains that little story about him being 12 and then is like, we're going to go through it. And she's like, okay. I would be like, hold on. Why? What's in there? What did you see? Why did you come out like that? explain everything before
Why
I
do we
even
need to go back?
consider going
What's
in there.
in there, and how come they have brimstone, and why do you know that they're
How do
gonna
we get
give
it
to us?
What's
Who's
in there? What does it look like? What are we
Yeah.
walking into? Zero questions. Zero. None. Why? Because Saris is an impulsive, stupid bitch. And this
Yeah.
is why I know that no matter what, she never would have said his name with the intention of unlocking the oath, undoing the oath, because she's an
Never.
impulsive dumbass.
Correct. So he's
So that's
like,
50,
we're gonna
right?
go. Yeah, but he's like, we're gonna go to this place called Hell, and they call it the Pantheon of Undergods.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon that they've bred is called Diaxis. And this is just a bunch of side lore that you don't care about, and you probably will never know about. But then we enter chapter 51.
And chapter 51 is probably the most pointless chapter in this fucking book.
Yeah, it says, I fucking hate dragons.
That's it.
And then I wrote, and this book. And then chapter 52 starts, because I can't believe I'm still reading this book at this point. But I guess I'm going to read it. And this sucks because listen to me. I hate hating a book because I've spent so many hours reading this book. How many fucking pages is this book?
It's like 600 and something pages.
Like, you don't just pick up a 600-pound book, 600 pager
book.
and be like, let's have fun and
Let's hate this book.
Exactly. Like, it's a commitment. Like, if I hate a book that's under 300 pages or whatever, 600 pages is like, like some of the picks that we have for this year are thousands.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, come on, you know? So anyways, we step into chapter 52. I will say this right off the bat. Callie has the ability to write some scenes with crisp
Yes, this was
visions.
one of them. Yes.
This is not one of them for
This
me.
was one of them for me.
For me, I could not picture one motherfucking part of this chapter.
I pictured it relatively well, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, we never have that many opinions.
I will say the very beginning of it, I was like, where the fuck am I? All I saw was like black and teeth. Like that's about it.
I literally was not able to picture any
As
of this chapter.
I read, it did. Here's the thing too. At this point,
just saw your,
what?
just saw your note for 52. Can you tell them?
Yeah, my note for 52 is what the fuck is going on?
I'm glad.
I was
We have
so
the same
confused this chapter.
perspective.
I was able to visualize what she was saying. Two like embers in the dark lit up, and then it's like eyes, and
They
it's
walk
a dragon.
into a thick, putrid cloud.
I'm gonna be very honest with you. I was checked out at this point.
Same.
I didn't care anymore. I read it. I understood. Like I interpreted it. It's not that I didn't like. I just sped read it and I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
What I mean by what the fuck is going on is that it is very much like closing your eyes and somebody telling you what to do, where to go.
Yeah.
I felt very blind. I
Yeah.
didn't know what the fuck. There was no description of like, you know, things outside of the dragon. It was just darkness.
Yeah.
And then it was.
And Ren tells them, like, they need to go bargain for the brimstone.
Right. But also, Renfus is smiling and he's like, bye. You know what's in here? So why are you just like holly jolly telling me what the fuck? And Saris, why is no one telling me anything?
Yeah.
I'm not from here. I'm fucking 25. I'm not 1,025. I don't know anything about. I would be so angry if I was her.
But she's
and he's
also
like, do you trust
stupid.
me? And she's like, I do.
No.
And it's like, okay. I feel even if he's like, I needed you to stay like dumb for the situation, I feel that there's at least a little bit of warning that you can give me of like, listen, this is going to be really weird and confusing and fucked up, but I just need you to trust me and I'll explain everything later. And there's none of that. There's go in the pool, which by the way, it's not like regular Quicksilver. It's like tar.
It literally feels, it literally sounded to me like
it like
sticky,
makes her want to
black,
vomit.
smelly.
It's burning her throat. It feels vile. It feels vile. She can't even get it off of her. Her hair is soaking wet. And then they walk into the face of a fucking dragon, which is also like not explained. The dragon is kind of like talking, but not with its mouth. It's just talking and everybody can hear it.
And it wants Ceres to talk, and Kaiden tells her what to say.
Oh my God, wait, hold on. Let me just pause you right there. I was so fucking annoyed with how she was calling Kingfisher Kaiden.
Like, all of a sudden,
Off
right?
rip. Yeah, like I was like, do you know that would be an adjustment?
Yeah.
And she's like, Kaiden this. The way she talks about him, she's like, Kaiden's hair is on his... At no point is she like, I'm not calling him Kingfisher anymore. She just immediately makes the switch to Kaiden.
Yeah.
And like, we have a similar experience with this in Throne of Glass, where it's Selena for the first 2 books.
Yeah.
I think even the 3rd.
Yeah.
And then in the 4th, it's Aelin. And that is a transition. But she ends a full book with Selena, and then she starts the next one with Aelin. After a fucking whole book of somebody trying to be like, you need to accept that you are fucking Aelin. You're not Selena.
Exactly.
You're Aelin. And finally, at the end, that's what we get.
Yeah.
It doesn't just flip a chapter and now she's fucking Aelin.
Yeah.
And even then, I struggled to not call her Selena when I was referring to her, talking about her.
Yep.
You cannot call him Kingfisher for 2 full books, and then on the last 5 pages, just call him Kaiden and expect that to sync with me.
Yeah.
It really pissed me off the way Ceres, not him, Ceres, because somebody asks him, what's your name? And he says Kingfisher. And she's like, oh, I guess he hasn't like reconciled yet that Kaiden is his name. And she's like, to me, it just clicks. He is Kaiden. He's always been Kaiden. He is Kaiden now. And it's like,
what are you talking about?
bitch,
What are you talking about? This writing at this point, I'm like...
I feel like she did so much this book, and it was really like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It upsets me because I like the author in general. I like the tone that she writes in. Her reading, like, I could read a paragraph of hers and it won't annoy the fucking shit out of me the way that she writes and describes things. But this book was such a fucking letdown.
Huge.
This book got worse and worse and worse and worse. Everything feels pointless. Nothing makes sense.
Yep.
So we're at a point now where they're now... Oh my God, she went from running from Belicon to losing her rune, bringing back this stupid fox, finding Ren, and now she's in hell.
Yeah.
Literally in that sequence of events.
Within like 10 pages.
And the whole time, nobody knows where the fuck she is because she
Yeah.
asked Danya to knock her out, and then the Hazrax transferred her.
Yeah.
So, like, what? What?
What? So, we're going to cover this way more in our opinions, but I do need to get through one more thing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The 2 brothers come on, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh, wait. Well, basically, they have a back and forth. The dragon, like, blows fire, and he doesn't kill them. And then he's like, the only reason I'm not killing you, just so you know, is because you're going to answer for having killed my son.
oh yeah.
So the dragon that Fisher slayed is this fucking dragon's kid.
Yeah, and then
And then
he's going to talk
knocks
to
him out.
Styx, which is the Lord.
Yeah. So it knocks him out. They both wake up
King
upside
of
down.
dragons. Oh yeah.
And then they're like, lower them. They get lowered.
Yeah.
And
You meet Crave
now they
and
meet
Githrandt.
Yeah, they meet these 2 fucking weirdos.
Which are interested in
I don't even
Nimrel.
care.
I don't know. I'm just going to give you the info I got. But it's
for
really,
it.
at this point, Carla and I are just over it. They're interested in Nimrel since it's the sword that could end worlds. And they say it's
course
a
it is.
weapon of one of the dead houses. They smell Ceres and they're like, ew, which I agree.
Ew.
I agree.
Yeah, one of them is like, you don't smell right.
It also says the weapon smells like death. Kaiden goes that they're afraid. Githrandt promises Crave calmly grabs him and goes, he doesn't know that he offends us. It's just a bunch of fucking back and forth for no reason.
Basically, they're acting like deities.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, I
he
can't
doesn't-
wait to torture
yeah.
you guys forever.
Yeah.
And
You're
then
stuck here. But Kaiden then says he knows his place.
I think
And
Fisher
here we
says
go.
some slick shit to them or
Yeah,
something.
he does. And I think Sirius does too at one point to the dragon or something.
Yeah, but
And-
Sirius is such a fucking idiot. My God.
And
Fisher
Fisher's
says
like,
some slick.
Sirius.
Yeah, he literally is like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" He looks at her and he's like, "Sirius."
Yeah.
But in this moment, I think he says some slick shit to the twins, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Okay, good job, you dumbass. We're literally gonna torture you, and make her watch, and then we're gonna make her breed and just have our kids until they kill her,
Yep.
until it kills her."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, you're actually not going to do any of that because like I know this place and you're going to take me to our father." The end. Yeah. I honestly don't even care. I don't even have questions anymore. I want to put this book in the bookshelf and not look at it again. Ever.
The only thing that I would say, just because we are still covering this book, is that they say that Kaiden got the sword and the shadows from the same place.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. My bad. He uses shadows to, because they can control them.
Yeah.
So he's like kneel, and they both like slam their knees onto the floor and whatever, and then after like threatening them and being like, "Oh, we're gonna torture you and make her watch, and then we're gonna use her as like a breeding stock until it kills her." He's like, "No, actually you're not." And then he uses his shadows.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, what the fuck?" And they're like, "How?"
Because Fisher and Sirius are just so unique.
Right, so powerful. And they're like, "How the fuck can you
That's
do that?
scary.
That's like a power only from here," or some shit like
For
that.
the gods or some shit.
Yeah. And he's like, "You're gonna let her go," or something to one of them. And then who cares, honestly? They let fucking stupid ass Sirius go, and he's like, "You're gonna take me to our father." And then that's it. That's how the book ends. And it's meant to be a cliffhanger, and it's meant to leave a lot of questions and make us be like, "Oh, what is he talking about? Who's his father?
He's
How
part
familiar
God.
is he? What happened when he was down there? How does he?" Right? Those are all the questions. I'm just
He's
glad
part God.
that I'm done.
He's from the demon world. And I just don't care.
I'm just so glad to be done with this fucking book. That's what I want.
know.
I want to close it. You know what this book did to me? I want to close this book, put it on a shelf, and grab like a hot chocolate and sit on the couch and stare at a wall. That's what I want to do after reading this shit.
This book was so bad. Like I'm not like I remember, okay, so I told you that I checked out around 30, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe I pushed myself through, and I thought it can't be that bad. Like maybe I'm just gonna read it and maybe like be whatever. This book is one of the books that I would never recommend
Ever.
anyone read.
Ever. Never.
Never read this
Not
book.
even if you liked Quicksilver would I tell you to read this. Because
Correct.
I liked Quicksilver.
Yeah. I think Quicksilver can stay as a standalone. Maybe.
This
I
book
didn't love
gave
Quicksilver.
me whiplash.
So anyways, this was
So far, this is the worst read of 2026.
and dude, we started strong, let me tell you.
If I could go back and redo the 2025 reads, this would be all the way at the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Oh no, Fourth Wing, and then this.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
No, Karna, no.
Yeah.
This is a million times worse than
As
Fourth
a
Wing.
standalone, like this specific book compared to any of the other Fourth Wing books individually, yes. But if we're going by series, no. Because I think I've come to the conclusion that like I don't like Fourth Wing. Actually, I think I kind of hate it.
I am shocked because this book is worse than
This book is awful. I don't think
any
we've ever
Fourth
agreed
Wing.
on like how bad a book is together. Like
Yeah.
I think normally one of us
We're usually
hates
like, it
it and
wasn't
the
that
other one
bad.
has like
Yeah.
grace for it. No. Horrible book. Horrible. And I really want to know what the reception has been to this book.
Yeah, I'm
and what
very gonna get
Callie is
online.
gonna do.
I know.
Because I don't know if I'm just being an asshole.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so, because
We're
normally
usually
one of
not-
us will have
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the opposite opinion. But like, I'm like, this book can't be that bad.
Or at least be able to tell the other, like, no, because, you know, it does this. I know we have a lot more to say in our, like, overall book, and so we will get there. But finishing 52, I was like...
How about this? I feel like I've been covering 20 chapters just talking about these last 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 6 chapters. These last 6 chapters have exhausted me to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to talk about the bonus chapter.
No.
And
No,
also,
and
we're like almost 2 hours in now.
We are past 2 hours in, actually.
Yeah. So we're going to have to do the bonus chapter on a separate video.
Yeah.
And hopefully the bonus chapter is
Carrion.
Carrion, and it's in the Target exclusive.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
So hopefully that'll be like a change of pace from this mood, because right now, honestly,
I can't talk about this anymore. This book was just so
has
bad.
exhausted me to a point.
Do you want to rate it now or in our overall?
I kind of want to rate it in our overall.
Okay.
But I just want to rate it now too, because I'm so like, what do you want to do?
I don't know. But I'm telling you, I haven't figured out what each one is. I have to go back and look at the ratings for the that we've given. This is a 1.
This is a 1.
This is a 1.
Yeah.
This is bad. Like this, I'm telling you, I'm glad we're doing all of these videos because if we choose to read book 3, which I'm very hesitant on right now, I'm not rereading this shit.
No. I can't read this again.
I'm literally going to put our podcast in the background if we need a recap. But this book, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I told you this, but I started like kind of drawing our entire like year out of what books we've chosen for what, so that I know how long I need to read what. And when I saw that I wasted all of January trying to get through this book, I could have read 3 books.
Yeah.
And we read fast.
Let me tell you something. This book put me in a book funk, because I didn't want to get I didn't want to get through it. Like I was like, I'm done. I don't want to read this. This was like on chapter 43, 39, something like that.
I don't know. For me, it was like 30.
But don't you remember that I was stuck and I was like, I know I have to read it. I just don't want to.
For you, it was 38. I remember 38. You were stuck at 38 for a while.
I was stuck there because I didn't want to. And it wasn't even this bad yet. I didn't even know what was to come. I was just at that point over every single chapter, there being a new fucking problem and then it getting solved. Like it by no effort of Ceres's part.
Yeah.
In the next chapter after that.
I know.
I was just over that. I wasn't even here yet. And once I hit chapter 47, I was like, oh my fucking, what is this?
Yeah. 47.
And it got like, worse and worse and worse each chapter.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever experienced a book like that.
No, me either.
I don't think there's ever been a book that each chapter is worse than the previous one.
Yes. It's interesting you say that, because 47 was bad, right? 48 was bad. But when I got to 49, I was like, this is not going to be, what's that word? Like,
redeemable?
Redeemable. Yeah. You're always in my head. This is, so anyways, guys, we've been bitching about this fucking 46
experience of my life, like the last few chapters. I'm not even trying to be dramatic. Honestly, I had such a bad time.
Dude, I finished this book 2 weeks before you, and I couldn't read anything.
And she would be like, when are you going to finish? And I'd be like, I am trying, but I just don't want to.
I literally would be like, I need you to read this.
At some point, she was like, are you DNFing this?
And I was like, listen to me. Just read. Yes, I asked you, I was like, are you DNFing it? Because if you are, I just want you to read one chapter so that I can bitch appropriately. And that was 49, right? And I was like, I literally told her, I was like, I don't see you finishing this book. I just want you to read 49 and I'll like give you my notes for the rest of them because it's so bad. I don't want you to go through this.
And I thought she was exaggerating.
She did, but I wasn't, right?
No,
this
you
was
weren't.
bad.
This was literally, I think, probably I think this is the worst book I've ever read.
Damn.
I
might have to think that one through, but
I've read
possibly
books that are arguably worse in writing. Like, I've read books that I can't stand how the author writes. And I'm not talking about Rebecca Yarros only. Like, there's other authors.
I feel like that has to be, we're going to have to do an episode on why you're wrong.
No, we're not going to do that because I'm right. But I think Callie Hart is a good author. I just, honestly, I think that Quicksilver maybe got to her head. And she tried to do so much with this book. And it fell fucking flat. And, dude, whatever. There are books that I've read that are horrible. I'm not going to tell you that I'm this, like, I read Jane Austen all the time. I've read some really shitty books. But in terms of, like, no book has ever made me feel like this. No book has ever made me feel like a downward hill of, like,
I hate this.
Yeah. Misery.
Yeah, same. I know.
So, I'm so sorry if you enjoyed this book and you're coming and listening to this. I really feel strongly about this.
Me too.
So
I still want to hear your opinions.
Yeah, if you have any opposing thoughts or feelings, please leave them in the comments. I don't know that I'm going to agree with you or that you're going to be able to change my mind in any capacity, but it's always cool to hear other people's opinions. If you agree with us, please comment because, oh my God, I want to rant about this.
I do just want to say just one more thing because I know we're like literally over 2 hours in and we're not going to go through the bonus chapters today. I want to right off the bat tell you, do not come at me that I can't world build. Okay? Because I feel like that's going to be a comment. Like, oh, you guys are so confused because you guys aren't into deep world building.
No, that's not what it is.
No. I've read world building.
I don't think anybody would read this book and say that.
I don't think, but what I'm saying is like, why are you so confused from 46 to 51? I understood it. No, you fucking didn't. You're a liar. And
no,
there's nothing here that is clear,
listen,
positive and beneficial world building.
We inferred what needed to be inferred to understand.
Thank you. Yes.
The material.
Yes.
But it was never
mention.
hinted. It was never explained.
Nope.
That's we literally just used our brains and we're like, well, she found a paper. Maybe that paper was that fucking bird thing, and that paper was the page that was missing, and maybe it said his name because she's never known his name and now she suddenly does. That was inference, okay? At no point did she give us substantial clues to that's what that was, nor did she ever explain it. So if you want to come for us, that's fine, come for us. I honestly don't give a fuck. This book, you're not going to change my mind. You're not going to make me feel stupid about this. You're not going to...
But I needed to say that because I feel like I'm not going to stand for that comment. Like, we've read world building books, and this was not like we weren't getting it because we're not versed in world building. I don't
think anybody is going to read this book and tell us that we didn't read the world building properly. Because,
thank God.
Girl, I dare you. I dare you to really come.
That's what I'm saying, because I'm like, I don't want to... Because what I don't want is that I've gone through all of this and I've told you why I'm confused, and you'd be like, you guys are just dumb because I wasn't confused, and I'm going to call bullshit on that. So anyways,
I'm sorry if you like this book. I'm sorry if you are pissed right now with our take on it. Feel free to let us know why. Please do tell me what is redeemable about this book in your opinion.
Tell me why you loved it. I need to know. I really, really want to know, because here's the thing. I've told you in other episodes that I love comments and I love like discussing things with people.
Yeah.
And like genuinely, I can't see who I would recommend this book to.
I would not.
And I can't see who could like this book. So if you do, I really want to know why.
Yeah. And if you don't, please,
give us more chance
to
talk about it.
Like I just wasted
January. That's what I did.
More than January. This came out in November. We started reading this in November. I feel like I've wasted 3 years of my life, and I can.
Oh my God!
I'm super down.
You know it's bad when you've spent 2 months reading a book. you and we run through books.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is I'm not the fastest reader, but I am not by any means a slow reader. I can get through a book. I can devour a book
Exactly.
in less than a week. And I'm talking about a big bitch book, like a fucking 600, 800 I could devour that if I just do only that in less than 7 days.
Yeah. Like on a good month, we read 4 of those.
And capture what is happening too. It's not like I'm just like speed reading and I don't know what the fuck's happening.
No.
So for this to take me almost 3 months.
That's so true. Oh, that's made me even
and
more
I think
depressed.
that what upsets me the most is that we were excited for this book. And maybe you weren't that excited, but you were to an extent.
Open
like,
to it.
oh,
I was open to it.
I'm interested. And I was excited for it. And it's like, for that?
Yeah, I was open to it. And I was like in the middle of another book, remember? I'm not going to say which one right now, but I was in the middle of another book and I paused it to read this one.
This piece of shit.
I cannot believe that it's taken us 2 months to get through this book.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. We started off the episode like a little happier and now I'm like pissed.
I know.
And I'm just like,
whatever, fuck it. Yeah. Anyways, guys.
So
we
thank you
been
for watching.
Ranting about 47 to 52 for over 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we finish our deep dive on this book. We need to exhaust topics.
Yeah.
So we're still going to do a full book episode on different opinions. And what I am enjoying about this is, even though I did hate this book, I'm enjoying how many things I hated about it. In the sense that, like, I have a list of things that I can't believe we didn't get.
Yeah.
Or we didn't get to. So anyways, thank you for watching.
Yeah, you can look forward to 2
2-hour
episodes
rant.
coming up
Yeah.
in the close future. One of them being the bonus chapter, because I do want to talk about that for anybody that didn't read it.
No, it
Just
wasn't.
to kind of tell you what
It was different. It was.
I mean, I just, in case you don't want to read it, we already did, so we'll let you know what it's about.
Exactly.
And then we're gonna do a review of the book.
Exactly.
Where we'll give the rating again, but I don't see it changing for me. This book is with fucking 1.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thanks for watching.
And let us know what you think.
Yeah. Don't hate us if you disagree with us, because I know we were very.
Yeah, I really don't know what people are saying about this book. I really blocked any comments. So
yeah, I'm gonna see now, because I need people to validate me.
I know. I'm literally gonna get off this and like go
Start
look it
looking.
up. Yeah.
See you next time. Bye.